So I was going downstairs to get something to drink, and I saw an old episode of Pokemon on the TV. I leave my TV on downstairs for my dog because he loves to chill down there and sleep and shit. And it's good to give him something to listen to. I don't know why I do it. I should stop doing it. But well, it was on Boomerang, and an old episode of Pokemon was playing, and I stopped what I was doing. I was gonna get something to drink. I just stopped. I looked at it, and the nostalgia just whoosh, fucking hit me like a fucking tidal wave, dude. I'm like, oh my god, I fucking miss Pokemon. Now you gotta remember, I'm 23 years old, and I grew up with Pokemon. I was born in '93, so when Pokemon was getting really big, I was like that, I was that little kid who loved Pokemon and wanted to become Ash Ketchum. Well, maybe not Ash Ketchum because he fucking sucked so badly in the show, but I wanted to become the Pokemon master and catch all the Pokemons. Woo! That stupid shit. And nowadays, I can't do that. I mean, I could play the games, but most of the new games kind of suck ass in terms of Pokemon, like a fucking trash bag Pokemon. Are you kidding me? But it made me nostalgic, I should say, for the older Pokemon, the all the way up till I think Ruby and Sapphire, because Ruby and Sapphire were like awesome games. But I remember my first, because I played Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow, and I was just a little too young to truly understand it. Maybe if I actually stuck with it, I could have understood it more. But my first real Pokemon game, which is basically back then an HD remake of the original Pokemons, was Pokemon Leaf Green. That's the one I got. Everybody else got Fire Red. I got fucking Leaf Green. And I played it all the way through. I had a level 100. I literally spent, God, it was like, I think days or weeks leveling up my Blastoise to level 100 to the point where nothing was going to stand in my way. I literally used Blastoise, because that's my favorite Pokemon, to completely destroy the Elite Four. Even the people that are the same element, same water element. I fucking destroyed them. And I did the entire game. I did the Sevi Islands, and I remember it all so clearly because Pokemon. For those of you who are new to this, and that like Pokemon Go really is your first true experience of Pokemon, or it's something that you're able to finally experience with everybody else, or you're an adult who never experienced it back in the day, Pokemon blowing up now is what happened back in the day. It was like the biggest fucking phenomenon in the gaming world that just blew the fuck up, dude. It was fucking everywhere. There was the anime, there was the fucking card game, there was the video games, and then there was even more video games, and there was a movie, Pokemon 2000, and that was one of the, God, I fucking remember seeing that in the theaters, and then they had fucking the gold and silver, and then they had the fucking leaf green and ruby and sapphire and all this other shit, and it just never fucking stopped. It was just an unstoppable force that is still going on to this day. And now we're seeing it blow the fuck up again with Pokemon Go. And it's hit me with nostalgia because I don't have the time to go out and do Pokemon Go. And honestly, I don't know if I would do it because my phone is a little too old to even run it properly anyways. So even if I had the technology on my phone, I should say, to be able to run it, I don't know if I could because, I mean, I've got other things to take care of, and, I did say that if you're a grown-ass adult, you really shouldn't be playing Pokemon Go, and yeah, I still agree with that, but for someone who grew up with it, and someone who was there when it became big and was a part of that crowd, I gotta say, for those of you experiencing Pokemon Go, you're experiencing something that we all wanted to experience when we were growing up. We wanted to go out into the woods, or maybe not the woods, but we wanted to go out and we wanted to find Pokemon. We wanted to capture them and train them and fight them or take care of them or have them as a pet or whatever the fuck, the millions of things you can do with the Pokemon. And yeah, now that you can do that to a certain extent, mind you, it's not fully imagined the way we wanted it to, because it'll never be. You'd have to literally have real Pokemon, and there are some animals that they're based off of, but the point being is there never will be real Pokemon unless it's like holograms or some shit. But the fact that you're even able to walk out of your home and get some exercise, mind you, which is something Americans really do need, and catch Pokemon and meet other people. And that's something I gotta praise Pokemon Go for. As long as there's not people trying to rob you, and you're just around other like-minded people, and you're having a good time, and you're getting some exercise, and you're actually socializing with people, because that's something that gamers have always seemed to have trouble with, is socializing with other people, unless you're playing Call of Duty, which you can call everybody a cocksucking bitch boy, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. But my point being is, you can socialize with people face to face, and we used to have that with the Game Boy Advance. I don't know if any of you remember that shit. You had to plug it in, and then you had to, oh god, it was such a fucking nightmare. But the point being is, you can go to a hotspot and meet, 10, 20, or god forbid where you live, hundreds of other people who love Pokemon. You can say, hey, I'm part of this team, I'm part of that team, my favorite Pokemon's that, and actually make friends. That's something that we did back then. To a smaller degree, because again, everybody has a smartphone now, so everybody can get it, but not everybody had a Game Boy or Game Boy Advance, depending on when you played. But the fact that it's getting people out there, across the world, mind you, to actually fucking interact with people face to face, and it's not on the computer, it's not on the console, it's not on the phone. Well, it is technically on the phone, but you get what I'm saying. It's awesome, and I fully back that. There are problems with it, and I've already addressed it in the previous video, and this video is going on way too long to begin with. But my point being is, it's hit me with nostalgia, and I'm happy that today's generation, as fucked up as they are, do have a way to actually interact with people. And I'm not going to knock you for playing the game. I know some people are probably mad at me because I talked shit about it in the previous episode. I wasn't talking shit about the people who were enjoying it. I was talking shit about the people being stupid about it. But again, that's all in the previous video. Anyways, this video is going on too long. Anyways, so guys, I hope you like my rambling. And yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you guys later. Have a nice day.